Hey guys, Brady here, and this is now my top 25 worst movies of 2018. Hold on, let me just go to my list. Alright, so coming in at number 25 is The Cloverfield Paradox. I think I said everything I needed to be said about this movie in like 3 or 4 videos. Not good. I didn't like it. It felt disjointed. Like the other Cloverfield movies, they were very contained. They mostly took place in like not one setting, but like that like there are characters and it follows certain characters. This movie, like for example, the first Cloverfield movie, one of the characters has a camera and they're following the characters around. The second movie takes place in like a bunker. This movie, it takes place on Earth and it takes place in space, and it's just like all over the place. It just did not feel like a Cloverfield movie. And then they shoehorned the word Cloverfield into the dialogue every like 5, 15, 30 minutes. Number 24 is The Meg. This is one of my most anticipated movies of the year, and it was terrible, absolutely terrible. Like, it was a poor representation of the book. Like I understand when you adapt a book into a movie, you're supposed to take some liberties, and I said that about Ready Player One in my last video, but like this movie like was like I didn't read The Meg. I've read maybe like the first 3 or 4 chapters my last couple days in high school, and I was like, oh wow, this is an interesting book. I can't wait for the movie to come out next year. And the movie came out and it was a humongous disappointment. Like nothing happens for like the first hour of the movie, and then like hour 20 minutes is when you get all the shark stuff you want to see. Like and even that's not interesting to look at because it's PG-13. So like when you see a shark attack a human, it's like blood. There's no blood whatsoever. There's no blood or gore. So I would like for this movie to be like remade and then get like a very high PG-13 rating, or just go all out R with the material. Hell, the front cover of the book has a shark and a T-Rex, and there is no T-Rex to be seen anywhere in this movie. So this movie was terrible. I fucking hate The Meg. Number 23, A Wrinkle in Time. I watched this movie on a plane. I spent maybe $5 on it on the plane, and it was just kind of boring. Every single time they say Charles Wallace made me want to like punch the screen. It's like, oh my god, can you just say Charles? Why did they say Charles Wallace? Charles Wallace, Charles Wallace, Charles Wallace, Charles Wallace. Just say Charles. Like you don't. In X-Men, you don't hear like Mystique be like, Charles Xavier, where are you? We need Charles Xavier, Charles Xavier, Charles Xavier. No, they just call him Charles, or they'll just say Xavier. They don't have to say Charles Wallace. It just sounds so fucking stupid. Number 22, Winchester. Number 21, The Strangest Prey at Night. I saw this movie with a few friends right before I went back to school for spring break. I think it was like the last movie I saw with them before I went back. And this movie was terrible. Like it was fun to make fun of. There was like maybe 2 other people with us in the theater, and like it had like all these awkward zoom in shots of the characters' faces. It was just wow. Number 20 is Hereditary. Like I don't get how people. I don't get how people like this movie. This movie has like what, like a 93% Rotten Tomatoes. This movie was just so fucked up, like, and not even in a like a fun way. Like, oh, I don't think you can have fun when things are fucked up. I don't know, whatever. I just did not care for this movie at all. I saw it with a friend of mine. This girl gets like her head knocked off, and then you see like her head like 5 minutes later just sitting there in the road. My jaw dropped. Like, that was a well put together scene, actually. And then, like, I'm not saying that like this movie isn't scary because there's like nothing scary and it's all about atmosphere and all that, but like when there was, it just wasn't like it wasn't an effective horror movie. Like, I went to sleep well the night I saw the movie, so failed on that level. But like, it was just boring. Like, Shining was really good. The Exorcist was really good. Jaws is more of an action thriller. There's better horror movies, and I don't see why this movie is critically praised. It was boring. Hated it. Nothing exciting happened. Speaking of a boring movie, number 19 is Red Sparrow with Jennifer Lawrence. Talk about like a very bland, long, uneventful 2 hours and 15 minutes, 2 hours 20 minutes. I was excited for this movie. I loved the trailers for it, and it was just so boring. Like, and then there's just like pointless nudity in it, and like, it's like, oh well, Seth MacFarlane sang about never seeing Jennifer Lawrence's boobs in the Oscars, so we're gonna show her breasts like 5 times in this movie, and then we're gonna show her ass, and it was just like, it just felt like nudity for the sake of nudity, and it didn't help the plot at all. She was like forced to suck some dude's dick or whatever. It was just weird movie, and it was from the director of Catching the last 3 Hunger Games movies. It was that director who also did, I think, Constantine, the movie with Keanu Reeves, and then I Am Legend with Will Smith. I hadn't really done much. He's done like a lot of like music videos, but this movie, probably this and I Am Legend is probably my least favorite movie of his. I have not seen Constantine though. Number 18, Hotel Artemis. I loved the trailer for this movie when I saw it for Deadpool 2. It was the first time I saw the trailer or anything of this movie. I was like, oh my god, this movie looks great. I can't wait to see it. And the movie was just off. Oh, I should have started from the top and worked my way down to the bottom. It's too late. Just know that number 1 is the Cloverfield Paradox. Yeah. So the Cloverfield Paradox is the worst movie of the year. I should have started from the top down, but I started from the down up. But just know that number 1, like number 25, isn't the worst. Like, hold on. Oh shit, just take a photo, whatever. Never mind. Number 17, Solo. Number 16, Tomb Raider. Another movie that I was excited for, but I didn't really like at all. I thought it was boring. Just felt like a second-rate Indiana Jones movie. Number 15, Rampage. Another movie that I was excited for that was terrible. I hate action scenes with wide shots. If you're gonna, or not action scenes with wide shots, but if you're gonna show like a monster like stabbing on something, why show it from a faraway view? Let me see every bit of the destruction or whatever. Number 14, The Equalizer 2. There was things I liked in this movie. The end, specifically the end scene, the end like fight scene. That took place during like a hurricane. That was a really creative way to shoot an action scene, and Denzel Washington cutting that guy's neck, like carving around the guy's neck, and then throwing him off the side of the, I think it was like a lighthouse. You just see like his head separate as he hits the ground, and his body gets washed away. That was really cool. And then like that whole scene where he's in a car and this guy pulls out a gun. And I don't remember what happens, but it was a really cool scene. I like that scene. Other than that, the movie was a bore. Number 13, Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. What were the crimes of Grindelwald again? I don't remember them specifically explaining what his crimes were, but this movie was boring as hell. Like nothing really happened at all. It was just like, ugh. Number 12 is Night School. I did not like. No, I liked this movie. This movie was funny and all, but I don't know. I just there's a scene that happens that like made me like this movie, then instantly made me like oh, I don't want to see this movie again. Yeah, it was like certain stuff in a movie. Like I could like a movie and then you just show like this one thing in the movie and it makes me like not want to see the movie ever again. And Night School had one of those scenes, and yeah. Number 11, Insidious: The Last Key. I liked it for what it was. I didn't think it was as bad as people said it was. Number 10, Maze Runner: Death Cure. I have yet to see Scorch Trials. I've only seen the first and third movie. I'll see Scorch Trials before the end of the world. Number 9, 12 Strong. A decent war movie. Not as good as like Black Hawk Down or Saving Private Ryan for all that, but it was enjoyable nonetheless. Number 8, Blockers. Another really funny movie, but had this one scene in it that just makes me want to avoid seeing it again. Like, I don't get it. Why do comedies find, this is the problem with Night School, why do comedies find like vomit funny? Like it's never funny. It's just gross and it's like disgusting. Like why have characters vomit onto each other is beyond me. It's like Night School had that, and like they didn't even need to have it. Like Rob Riggle falls off a building and then like this, they're all staring at him and then like scene keeps going and going. It's like, okay, can the scene end? Like, oh no, wait, we're gonna have some characters just vomit, and then the scene's gonna end. And then like this guy vomits all over Rob Riggle, and it's just like, I liked Rob Riggle. Why did he choose a role like this? Why did he choose a role where he gets puked on? That's just like, I would flip through the script first and be like, oh, my character gets puked on. No, I'm not doing this movie. I'm above that. Same with Blockers. There's like that whole limousine, the whole limo scene was disgusting. Ugh. Just gross. Like I haven't seen it since it came out in theaters and I don't want to see it again. Number 7, Truth or Dare. Number 6, The Nun. Number 5, The Happy Time Murders. We're getting into movies that I kind of liked. I liked The Nun. Didn't think it was terrible. It had its problems, I guess. But I didn't think it was that bad. If people made it seem like it's like the worst thing ever, it's not. I think the worst movie in the Conjuring universe right now is Annabelle. The other movies I liked Conjuring, I liked Conjuring 2, I liked Annabelle Creations, and I liked The Nun. Annabelle is the only movie I could say that I legitimately hated. It was just an uneventful movie, that Annabelle. Number 5, The Happy Time Murders. I thought The Happy Time Murders was really funny. Is it the most original movie? Well, in a way, yes, it's kind of original. Well, to me, it's original. I know there's been like other R-rated puppet movies. This is the one I seen first. I didn't see Meet the Feebles or whatever it's called. I think Peter Jackson did in the 90s. I heard that's better. But for what Happy Time Murders was, I enjoyed it. It was really funny. Number 4, Game Night. Number 3, Life of the Party. Number 2, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, which I saw on demand with my sisters. And number 1, Annihilation. Annihilation is the best movie. Well, according to this list, it's the best movie on the list, but I've seen better movies this year than Annihilation. I didn't really structure this list very well, but just know that from 25 to 15, from Rampage, Tomb Raider. So if I were to do my top 10 to be number 10, Rampage, be Rampage, Tomb Raider, Solo, Hotel Artemis, Red Sparrow, Hereditary, Strangers, Winchester, Wrinkle in Time, Meg, and Cloverfield Paradox. Those are the worst movies of the year. The rest are like mediocre to good, I guess.